Welcome back. While the residents of Taro Ilegmu are sorting out land ownership issues, allottees of Lekki Scheme 2 are protesting the neglect of their estate after over 2 decades of its establishment. The Lagos State Site and Services Scheme in Ogombo is supposed to have an 11 kVA power substation, a water reservoir, a fire station, and other facilities which unfortunately have not been deployed.
The Lekki Scheme 2, established by the Lagos State Government in 1996, located on the Ogombo axis of Lagos State, occupies 514 hectares of land. It was designed to cater to the housing needs of Lagosians who are desirous of a quiet and serene environment. The scheme was fitted with a water reservoir, an 11 kVA power substation, fire station, police station and more. For the subscribers, it was the perfect treat that never got off the ground. This compound, which houses the 11 kVA substation, is in a deplorable state, and the equipment provided, which were never deployed, are either abandoned or vandalized.
It has been a very big problem for not only me, all allottees and residents of Lekki Scheme 2. Power has been virtually absent. As you can see, we have a substation here, this 11 kVA injection substation dedicated to Lekki Scheme 2 to provide power for allottees and residents. This substation was part of the design, and you can see it on ground, but unfortunately, not for one day has this substation provided any form of power to the scheme. We were aware when we read in the newspapers then that the contract for this substation had been awarded, and the contract period was for 12 months. If I reckon very well, this probably was about 15 years ago. Today, the substation is lying waste, abandoned, vandalized. The result is that the allottees and residents of Lekki Scheme 2 are suffering absence of power in the scheme. The result has been very telling. Financially, the economics of all households in this scheme have been adversely affected. Families have to spend scarce resources to buy either petrol or diesel for alternative power supply.
There are over 150 roads servicing the scheme, with only 65 constructed. Some of them are already dilapidated.
The network of roads are so bad that there's so much traffic in the morning, during the rush hours, and in the evening as well, right? So you could take as long as 35-40 minutes just to be able to get out of the estate to get to Abraham Adesanya. Sometimes, because of that, people have to pass this route through Ogombo, to be able to get onto Ilaje and then go through under the Aja bridge. And that already takes about 40 minutes of your time before you even start your journey to Lekki Phase 1 or VI or wherever you are going to. God help you if you are going to the mainland. It's a 3-hour journey every day. All we just require are the basic amenities, simple infrastructure, repair the roads, make things easy for the people.
So also is the state of the water reservoir and the fire station.
When we first came in here and sited our office in this area, we were happy to see a fire station. But then one day there was a fire incident, and we saw on the estate group, the scheme group, people were shouting, there are no fire trucks here, they've had to go and get one from Lekki Phase 1. I'm thinking, what is going on here? And it turns out that it appears there are no fire trucks here. There's really nothing. So if we have a fire in the estate, which is extremely, extremely dangerous, of course, as we know, there's really no infrastructure. So we have the body but there's nothing much seemingly going on. And that's the situation right now. And we're actually calling this is dangerous. We need to be prepared. We cannot wait when disaster happens. We'll say, God doesn't plan things that way. God does not work that way. He expects us to be prepared. And it is time we said enough. We need a better country. We need a better place. We need to be better prepared to handle these kinds of things. So we want the fire station to be what it needs to be.
A water distribution system that has never functioned at all. There are no pipes, so life is just generally miserable for us here.
There are still a number of undeveloped plots which have been taken over by squatters. This is creating security and environmental concerns for them.
There's still insecurity all about because we have all kinds of people who squat here because there are so many empty plots, and they just come and build shanties and we don't know them. One of the negative aspects of that is that they don't have no sanitary systems. They live where they build their shanties, they defecate there, they bath there, they do whatever. And that's not healthy for the community.
All they want now is the attention of the Lagos State government.
We need light in Lekki too. My freak don't smoke off. I don't tire. I don't even get food for house. The generator don't tear here. I beg, make we light up Lekki too.
They pay capital development levy to the New Town Development Agency, the Lagos State agency responsible for its administration.
For some time now, it's as if the government has neglected us. We've written series of letters to successive governors, all the way from Asiwaju, Bola Tinubu, Fashola, and Abode. We've written dozens of letters. All the ministries were also aware. We're trying to at least create an awareness. We are living here, we pay our taxes.
The general manager of NTDA, Olakunle John, blames paucity of funds amongst other issues as factors that impede the development of the scheme. He explains what befell the abandoned 11 kVA substation and plans to resuscitate it.
That substations has been developed as far back as the year 2000. But as at that time, there's a little building, I think 1 or 2 buildings there. The allottee does not come in. Now, the substation that you are seeing is not fully developed. It's not fully developed. Because we're supposed to install about 3 transformers. Only 1 transformer that you can see there. But it's a little bit vandalized. There was a problem of connection to the feeder in Ajah that time. That one stalled the project. And we want to resolve the issue now to connect to the feeder designated for Lekki Peninsula Scheme 2 and Fairmont Garden.
He also speaks on the micro water scheme.
In 2019, we invited Water Corporation, but it seems to us that they are not ready to take over the place. Now, we want to discuss properly with Mr. Governor that this particular micro water scheme is in this place, though completed then, but some machines are getting rotten, some pipe are not functioning very well again, cannot be used again, the tanks is there. Then we now find a way to progress in connecting that particular water supply to individual buildings. You see, it will involve a lot of funds, which we need to plan very well to rehabilitate. There is a building, there are some pipe there, and every other thing is there. But there is going to be a proper rehabilitation of that particular micro water schemes.
While applauding the relationship that currently exists between his agency and the Allottees, he asks for patience.
I'm just telling them, with the rapport that we have, with the friendship that is going on, we can do a lot. This will exercise patience.
Those who bought into the scheme have waited for years to enjoy basic amenities, which ordinarily should not be the case. And according to them, one more promise broken could further erode the existing faith they still have in the government.